Okay, so I'm going to make this video on today's lesson. Today's lesson was Module 3, Lesson 4, okay, 4th grade. It's multiplication by 10, 100, and 1,000. So you'll see we're working with some patterns here and our place value grid. So I'm going to start. Here is our place value grid. I'm going to actually split each one. There you go, to give ourselves 2 rows. So we started today. I'm going to give an example. So if we were multiplying by 10, right? And we had, I'll put it over here, 3 times 10. All right? So if we have three ones, I'm going to put my 3 ones on my grid. Now, if I am multiplying it by 10, all right, we remember from the beginning of the year, every power of 10 is 1 shift to the left on our grid. So if I start off here with 3 ones and I'm multiplying it by 10, I'm actually shifting 1 place value position to the left. And now my 3 ones is now 3 tens, right? And 3 tens is 30, okay? Actually, 3 tens, 0 ones, so it is 30. So multiplying by 10, 1 shift to the left. Okay, now let's go down here and let's say we want to multiply. I'm going to do this the other way around. I'm going to say, what if I want to multiply by 100, right? 3 times 100. You will see tomorrow or maybe the day after, and actually during today's lesson, some of us started to pick up on the pattern. Oh, 3 times 10. You're just doing, there's 1 0, so you do the 3 times 1, and then you have 1 0 in your answer, right? That's right. But this lesson is we're showing you on our place value chart, what does it really mean? So when I do 3 times 100, what am I really doing, right? So we can do this one of 2 ways, all right? So I'm actually going to, over here, you don't have to. I'm going to make another row, but you really don't have to. It's just hard on the iPad. So 3 times 100 is going to say, well, if I look at that 100, how could I break up that 100? Well, that 100, and we're thinking our powers of 10, is 10 times 10. So I'm starting with 3 ones, okay? And if I just times it by 10, my 3 ones are now 3 tens, okay? But I'm not done because that would be 3 times 10. I'm going to times it by 10 again, move 1 more shift to the left, and now I've times it by 10 and times it by 10. What's 10 times 10? 10 times 10 is 100, right? So that is the same as doing 3 times 100 like we had over here. I shifted 2 place value positions and students have started to realize because in 100 there are 2 zeros. So because there are 2 zeros, we were making 2 shifts, which is correct. So I could erase this and just say 3 ones. If I'm timesing it by 100, I'm going 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I have 3. I now have 3 hundreds. And that is 3, 0, 0. 300. Actually, I'll put it down here. 3, 0, 0. Okay, that's not bad. And then I'm going to clear the board here. If I even went to 1,000 and said, what is 3 times 1,000? Well, 1,000, I'm actually going to, oh, I have something, a next problem underneath there. All right, so just give me a second. I'll make that smaller. Here we go. All right, 3 times 1,000. Make that bigger. All right, 3 times 1,000. How can I break up that 1,000? Why? Because most of us are going to get to the place where we could say we have 3 ones times, well, there's 1, 2, 3 zeros, so I'm going 3 hops to the left. I'm going 1, 2, 3. And now I have 1, 2, 3 thousands, right? 3 in the thousands, and there is my 3 zeros. So 3 times 1,000 is 3,000. Because, so now what allows us to make those 3 hops? Well, when we have, here we have 3 ones times 10 times 10. 10 times 10 is 100, times another 10 is 1,000. 10 times 10 is 1,000, okay? So that is what allows us to make those 3 hops. We can go times 10, times 10, times 10. Every time we multiply by 10, it shifts 1 place value to the left. Okay, so I'm going to delete that. And now we have here, so, all right, this is what we were working on. 7 times 100, we know that 100, we're breaking it down into 7 times 10 times 10, okay? So 7 times 10 times 10 is 7 times 100, okay? And that's underneath 7 ones times 100. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Timesing it by 10 by 10. So it's times 10. Actually, I'm writing a little bit smaller, so it should be, yeah, times 10. And then times 10 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've shifted 2 places to the left, and now we have 7 hundreds, 0 and 0. There's our 2 zeros. So 7 ones times 100 is 700. Or you could have done 7, and we shifted 2 place values to there, 700. Because an empty place value, I'm going to put a 0 in. Okay? And here, 7 times 1,000, right? 7 times 10 times 10 times 10 is 7 times 1,000, right? So if I put my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in my ones, timesing it by 10, timesing it by 10, timesing it by 10. My 7 is now in the thousands place. I've gone 3 place value positions, or I could, let me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can go from here straight to here and times it by 1,000. And we've got 7,000 as our answer. Okay, so that is just a quick review of when you're multiplying by 10, 100, and 1,000. Okay, we know, and we are going to work on when we just say Like here, let's say 15 times 100, right, is, well, we know 15 times 1 is 15, and bring down our 2 zeros, right? That is how you would do it, right? And there is nothing wrong with that, but it's just getting a picture in your mind of why are you able to bring down those 2 zeros, okay? What does that mean? Just add 1 zero if you're multiplying by 10. Add 2 zeros or add 3 zeros, okay? So hopefully this video helped you out.